The year was 1989. The scary truth about the mysterious figures seen in the dark, which have been whispered about for years in Davutlu village of Turkey. Some people call it haunting, while others call it madness. The story starts when a mist appears over the village. Musa is a smart 14-year-old boy. His family is a good, respectable family that lives by farming. One night, Musa hears noises outside the window. He looks outside. There is a layer of fog ahead. Some people are coming towards the village through the fog. At first, Musa thinks that someone is coming. He keeps looking out the window. But the more he looks, the more he realizes that the view is not very human. There is a layer of fog. Some people are coming through the fog, but it is as if a door from another universe has opened. Something from there seems to be filling the village with energy. It's like tall men with big heads are entering the village. He is shocked by what he sees. He stays still for a while. Then he tells his parents. They come running. Musa prayed that they would not see what I had seen. Unfortunately, his parents see the same images. His father has a suspicion. He feels uneasy. He doesn't say anything. They close their curtains. They spend that night praying until morning. Musa expects his parents to explain something about the matter in the morning, but they are extremely tense and don't say anything. He takes the food his mother has prepared and goes out the door. As he and his father were going to the field, they came across a crowd in the village square. The men of the village met in the village square. They see that there is a heated discussion. Musa and his father are also standing there. The rest of the village also saw this scene. Everyone says the same things. They say that a fog has covered the village and that someone is coming towards it. But no one knows exactly what happened. After that, every night at the same time, fog comes into the village. This is how it happens. First, there is a noise. Then the fog comes down on the village. Something enters the village. And then there are animal and human screams, lights going on and off, gardens suddenly on fire, and blood stains on the doors, making people extremely scared. These events continue in this way. Reports about what happens in this village start to appear in newspapers. A young journalist is very interested in this news. He goes to the village and starts investigating these events. He starts talking to the villagers. He has a camera with him. He records all the interviews and conversations. The villagers tell him what happened. The journalist stays in the village for 11 days. For 11 days, he doesn't see any of this. The villagers are the only ones who can tell him what happened. After 11 days, the journalist decides to leave the village. He doesn't find anything interesting. Just as he is about to leave the village, some people block the journalist's way. They all say, "Please don't leave us. We are going through something here. We know what we are going through. You haven't seen us, but you believe in us. Please help us. Help us be heard." The journalist is speechless, but a pair of eyes in the crowd touch his heart. These eyes belong to Musa. One of the people who doesn't want him to leave is this 14-year-old boy. The journalist sees the fear and desperation in his eyes and doesn't want to leave him like that. He makes a decision. He says, "I'll give you my camera. Keep it. I will teach you how to use it. When you see something or encounter a strange situation, record it. I'll come back later and take this camera from you. We will evaluate the events from here." He leaves his camera and goes back to Istanbul. After this, things take an interesting turn. For the first 3 days, the journalist feels uncomfortable at home. There is a village where people say that terrible things happened. On the other hand, he stayed there and didn't see anything. He is in a tough spot. One day, there's a loud knock on his door. The journalist opens the door and sees 3 soldiers in civilian clothes. The soldiers attack the house. They detain the journalist. They search the house. They take everything they find. Here's why. After him, 7 people were murdered in 3 houses in the Davutlu village. and Musa was among those killed. Even more strangely, the journalist's name was written in blood on the door of one house in Arabic letters. The journalist is shocked. After questioning, the journalist is found not guilty and is released. The young man goes home, but he can't stop thinking about the village. How could such a thing happen? What happened? Why is his name written in blood on the door and in Arabic script? He doesn't feel comfortable, so he goes to the village. These events that took place in the tiny village were reported in all the newspapers. After some time, his family stopped hearing from the journalist. They reported him missing. A search operation is launched in the village. After a while, they find the journalist's things in the woods. This is similar to a recent incident. The journalist's jacket, notebook, and photographs are on the ground in the forest. But the journalist is missing. The search continues for a very long time, but they never find the journalist. And it doesn't end there. The captain, who questioned the journalist, becomes distant after this event. He starts to feel unhappy. His marriage is in trouble. The man locks himself in the room. He never leaves the room. He stops talking to his wife. In the end, they get divorced. He retires after his divorce with his wife. After he retires, he moves to Istanbul. But since he still has problems, he starts getting psychological treatment. During this period, he is also withdrawn. There is no communication with people. He only sees his doctor. He continued to receive psychological treatment after he retired. Sadly, one day in 2006, at the age of 59, he took his own life by shooting himself in the head with a pistol at his home. After the captain's death, his daughter opens his safe. She finds 3 envelopes in her father's safe. One of these envelopes contains newspaper articles about an incident that happened at that time. One contains the journalist's notebook and black and white photographs. One of them contains videotapes. There are 3 videotapes. One of these tapes contains interviews that the journalist did while he was in the village. One is the captain's conversation with the journalist, and one video is from 14-year-old Musa. The girl is shocked after watching the tapes. The images she sees are impossible to explain, and not something that could have been made up based on the technology available at that time. But she doesn't tell many people what she saw. She keeps these tapes for a while, but she wants to get rid of them. She feels very uncomfortable when they are in the house. Over time, the young woman runs into money problems and decides to sell the tapes. Who bought the tapes? What did she do with them? Who has them now? What happened to this girl? Where is she now? Is she still alive? Nobody knows. She disappears. Probably doesn't want to be found. She doesn't want to be spoken to. What happened to the tapes is also unknown. After all these scary events, the subject is closed. Has a whole village gone mad? Or is the village haunted?